forth.
Yeah.
Okay, so Brock said he's still on his way back, but that everything went well.
Cool. So it looks like it's just us two.
Yeah. So I'm just replying to him. All right. Let's start the quiz. So test statistic, the T-score. So that it is population mean minus the mean divided by the sample standard deviation divided by the square root of n. So I think the null hypothesis mean is just 0, that the mean is 0.
So what did you say the equation was for this one?
So it's the population mean minus the mean, and then you divide that by the standard deviation over the square root of n. Let me make sure. Okay, so we want d minus 0. All right, so 2.2 minus 0 is 2.2, and then we need to do 3.3 divided by 3. And then do 2.1 divided by 1.1.
So 2.2 divided by 1.1.
Mm-hmm.
I got 2.
That's what I got too. I really hope that I did that right. This could be a rough quiz if I'm not figuring this out. Okay.
P-value.
All right, so the probability, so what I did is I went to the normal probability applet and I put in the area the probability of 0.0403.
Mm-hmm.
And they said that that is the probability of it being larger than Jordan's score. So I selected the area to the farthest right. That was 0.0403. So I think that the p-score for obtaining his score would be just the middle data, which is 0.919. But let me see if I can find something to back that up. Oh wait, no, I'm dumb. All right.
So 0.04.
Because the t-score is pretty much the same as the z-score. And the t-score is 2. That doesn't work out. 0.0403.
So you said you selected the area in between.
Yeah, because you have to select the area to the right to get 0.0403.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just selected the middle area and not that top area, and that's 0.919. So I'm trying to find something in the book that shows that. In the book, what it says is we find the t-score, which is, and the t-score is negative 11.145, and then they put that in for the z-score. And it gives you the probability. But for this, they're telling us the probability greater than his. Yeah, I think it has to be 0.919, unless you've got a better idea.
No, I'm pretty lost on this section. You said 0.9019?
Sorry, 0.919.
Oh, 0.919. So you said you started with the normal probability applet?
Yeah, because it says, okay, the probability of obtaining a test statistic greater than Jordan's
Mm-hmm.
is 0.0403. So this is probability to determine the p-value for Jordan's hypothesis test. Because normally I would just say, well, the t-score is 2, which we would put in, and that would give us the area. But since they're giving us like a portion of it, I think that just put that in.
Sounds good to me.
Let me check one more thing. I'm just looking to the homework assignment. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I got.
Yeah, that works for me.
I think for these, yeah, we may need to open up another spreadsheet. They give us this one spreadsheet here, and I think we need to open up the qualitative inference spreadsheet.
You said the quantitative what?
Called qualitative inference. It, so if you go to lesson, let's see, maybe I have it in here. Quantitative inferential procedures. So
Okay.
you got it in the book.
Yeah, I got it open.
Okay.
Okay. What is D?
This, I think we're going to a paired sample t-test. And so now basically what we do is we take the data from the chapter 12 data spreadsheet and we copy that and paste it into the A and B columns. So now we need to figure out what the null hypothesis is. So the null hypothesis is 0. So we put that to the spreadsheet. It's already there. We assume 95% and the type of test is not equal to. So that's already set. So the first thing it's asking us is what is okay, so this is the mean of the difference. Okay. So the mean of the difference is 31.025.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Right, and then the standard deviation of difference is 341.157.
When you do this, do you do this STDEV-P or STDEV-S?
So you actually don't even need to do that if you've got this paired sample t-test. It gives you all the answers. Literally all you have to do is paste the variable 1 and variable 2 into the columns over here.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you've got the null hypothesis set and the type of test set, you'll look over here and it gives you all the data. normally, yes, I would do the standard deviation, like ST equals STDev, and then,
Yeah.
and then do all that stuff. But for this spreadsheet, it just gives it to us. It's 341.157.
So you have D is equal to 1.157.
Let's no. So that's the mean of the difference. You're talking about question 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have 31.025.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
You see where I'm getting that from?
With the mean. Yeah, and then what is SD? So what does your standard deviation say?
For variable 1, it's 206.525. For variable 2, it's 208.064. The mean of the differences is 341.157. Are you in the quantitative inference procedure spreadsheet?
Yeah, I am right now.
Yeah, so if you just go over to if there's a paired sample t-test tab at the bottom. So go in there, paste the data from the chapter 12 table thing.
That's why I was on the wrong tab.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And so with your differences, what do you?
So once you got it in there, you just post or paste group 1 and group 2 into variable 1 and variable 2 into those columns, and then it'll automatically generate the differences. So it's basically just taking the first one minus the second one. And I'm just going to double check and make sure, because he said that we want to make sure. We want to make sure that the test does group 1 minus group 2.
Yeah, because on mine it doesn't have. It has blanks for the first 6 differences.
And you've already pasted the other stuff in there?
Yeah.
Oh. What you may need to do is just take a look at the equation and just copy it down for column C.
All right. Yeah, I think I got it. Yeah, I don't know, because mine still doesn't. It's not filling in for the mean, the standard deviation, the n.
Yeah, and it won't do for those ones. It'll do it for all the stuff down below. So variable 1, variable 2, and differences, that's where it's going to be. It won't fill in for the summary statistics because we've got 2 different columns. And so they've got all the different mean and standard deviation and down there. So the n is 20 because there's 20 different things.
Yeah, and what did you get for the standard deviation?
Of the differences, it's 341.157.
And we have a confidence level of 0.95.
Yes, 0.95. Null hypothesis is 0. Type of test is not equal to.
Yeah. And so your mean for the difference was 31.025. Standard deviation is 641.157.
341.157.
Man, what the heck? Yeah, I have 641.157.
That's crazy. So in A5, do you have 202.09?
Yes.
And then in B5, 234.19?
Yeah.
And the difference is negative 32.1?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you have for T? Do you have 0.407?
Down the differences.
Uh-huh.
No, I have 0.216.
I'm gonna delete my A and B. Oops.
Okay, there it goes.
Oh, you got it now?
Yeah, that was, I don't know what was going on there. So your T is 0.407.
Uh-huh.
DF is 19.000.
Uh-huh.
P-value 0.6887. Yeah, going on.
So yeah, did you already put 0.407 in for question 7?
No, not yet.
And did you get 341.157 for 6?
341. Then 0.407 is 0.407.
Question 8, we need to round to 3 decimal places. So the p-value in here says 0.6887. So does that mean it would be 0.689?
Yes.
Right, so correct decision. Let's see, their confident or level of significance is 0.10. Our p-value is 0.689, which is less than that, so we reject the null hypothesis.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose your alternative hypothesis is instead that it was greater than 0. So now we have to go back to that spreadsheet and click on the cell F11 where it says not equal to. You'll get a drop-down box. Select greater than. That changes our p-value.
To 0.344.
So it's asking, what is the correct decision based on this evidence? We think that it's that we have sufficient evidence that the mean of the differences is greater than 0. Because the mean of the differences is 31.
I would think so.
All right, so now we need to open up chapter 12, data B. Do you agree with that question 10, by the way, or do you have a different opinion?
I really don't even know. I mean,
All right, well, I hope that we don't fail this quiz. It's all on me.
no. I'm not much help. I should have. Yeah, today's been kind of crazy. And then I kind of remembered about 8:30 that we would had these at 9, and I was like, oh man, that long weekend kind of messed me up. I was thinking today was Monday.
Yeah. Did you got Monday off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you work yesterday?
I didn't.
No.
If I had the day off. That's when I scoped myself with my rifle.
Yeah. What rifle did you get?
I got a Mossberg Patriot 270, and it came with a Vortex scope on it. So it's pretty
Okay.
nice. Walnut stock. Really excited. And so my brother and I went out in the mountains around here and put a box and put a rock inside the box and put the target on that.
Hmm.
And I took the first shot at 100 yards, and the target exploded. And I was like, what is going on? And apparently I had hit the rock inside the box, and that shattered and sent shrapnel, and it like
Yeah.
shredded the target. So the first shot was fine. The second shot, I got too close to the rifle apparently, or maybe I wonder if I just didn't hold the butt of the gun into my shoulder or something like that. Either way, that thing kicked back and smacked me right in the face.
Yeah. No, I bought a custom long range rifle last year.
Uh-huh.
And that's what they built off of. Was a Mossberg Action.
Nice.
Yeah.
What caliber?
7 mag.
Nice. How do you like it?
Oh, I love it.
That's cool.
It's pretty crazy how far you can shoot. I mean, it's just unreal.
Yeah, I went out with my uncle the day after Thanksgiving. He's a dentist and he's loaded. And so we were shooting his 22 250. It's like a custom built. I think he said that it would have cost about $7,000, but he only paid $3,000 for it, and he had a
Yeah.
$3,000 scope on it. And so we were shooting stuff at 1,000 yards, and it was crazy.
Yeah, that's what I killed a cow elk this year at like 970 yards.
Are you kidding me? That's amazing.
Yeah, and I mean it put her down because when I shot her, she was itching her hindquarters with her head,
Huh?
and I went through her head and then through her rib cage and out the other end.
Dude, how
And I mean,
far?
it's just
How far above, like, did you have to aim to get that shot?
I'm not sure because we call them like the tactical scopes.
Yeah, it was like the
And so you do the calculations and then you just do the minute of angle.
Mhm.
And so you aim right on, but I'm thinking I was like 23 minutes of angle above her.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah,
That
I
shot.
love it. My brother-in-law builds them, and so I got a screaming deal on it. But it's probably the only rifle I'll need in my lifetime.
Yeah, no kidding, man. If you're making shots at 900 yards, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I'm pretty new to it, but I mean, I love it so far.
Yeah, this is my first hunting rifle. I've never actually been, so like all my uncles go, and figured, man, I should just learn and go with them. So next year, hopefully, I'll
Yeah, heck yeah,
deer and elk hunting.
yeah. 'Cause I mean, even if you don't get anything, it's awesome to be outdoors and see nature, I guess. But
Yeah, man.
you're from Idaho, right?
I'm in Utah, actually, Eagle Mountain.
Oh, okay, nice.
And you're in Idaho? Yeah, you go to campus, like you're in Rexburg, and then you drive out like an hour or so.
Yeah, so me and my wife are from Wyoming,
Okay,
but she's here in Pocatello at school.
that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, so this next question is which is greater, N or DF? And I have N as greater, it's 22, and the DF is 21.
I'm just barely opening mine. So how did you get n is greater?
So did you paste the chapter 12 data B into that same thing?
Yeah.
All right, so then you look in here, and n, which is the sample size, is 22.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go to the paired sample t-test box below that, it says DF is 21. And 22 is greater than 21.
See, I don't know what I did. Because on mine I have, oh wait, I haven't entered my mean in yet. Does that matter?
What's that?
You shouldn't have to enter the mean in, should you?
No, you should. Actually, let me just check one more thing. We actually need to change it back to not equal. And I think, because that I think will change things. The type of test should be not equal to. But yeah, you don't enter in the mean or standard deviation or n or anything up there.
Yeah.
It just is automatically generated.
Huh. I don't know what's going on with mine. So for variable, you're saying for n on variable 1 you have 22 or 21?
22. So because that's just the sample size, so the number of
Right.
rows. So it's 22 for all of those, and the DF is 21. So n is greater.
So you have 19 for my DF.
Weird. Let me see. What's your first thing in A5?
69.
And then 30 for variable 2. That's in B.
Yeah.
And then how far down? So I have my last number is 38, and that's in A26.
Yeah, that's what I have, and then 8 in B26.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
counted them.
I forgot to change my N.
Oh, okay.
Oh, man. Yeah. So, yeah, now I have 21 in DF.
Okay, and N is 22?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then for the p-value, do you have 0.001?
I still need to do my averages.
It should automatically calculate it for you.
See, what the heck? So my p-value is 0.674.
Whoa. So did you put anything up in the top where it says summary statistics?
I haven't yet. Should I delete those?
No. There should be nothing in that summary statistics thing.
Okay, so now I have 0.00121.
Yep, that's it.
So that would be 0.001.
Yep. And for this one, the level of significance is 0.01. And so we're still lower than that, so we still reject the null hypothesis. So for 14, you decided to try another alternative hypothesis, and this time we say greater than. Now we need to look at the p-value and see if it increases or decreases.
Greater than. Mine decreased
and decreased as well.
0.0006.
Mhm. I still think it's reject the null hypothesis. Let me check something. Oh wait, so if p-value is greater than level of significance, then we fail. It's not greater than, it's still less, it's less than the
Right.
oh wait, so, but this is a greater than. So
So we would fail to reject?
no, I think so, but I'm just trying to make sure. Like the example from the homework was, let's see what the level of significance was. I think basically it's saying that the p-value is not that it's just not equal to zero, but that it's greater than zero,
Mm-hmm.
and it's less than, still less than the level of significance. So I think we still reject the null hypothesis. That one's probably going to come back and bite.
That's hard with me.
Because they've all been reject the null hypothesis.
Mm-hmm.
But, we've seen the p-value depends on the alternative hypothesis. In general, which alternative hypothesis would give the smallest p-value? Never seen anything like that.
Huh.
I mean, in this example, greater than gave us the smallest p-value. but I don't know if that holds true for everything.
Right. Are you in the textbook?
I was looking in the textbook, and then I went to the spreadsheet, and I just changed it from greater than, not equal to, and less than. And
Yeah.
greater than gave me the smallest p-value, but I didn't find anything in the book that says like anything specifically like your greater than will always give you the smallest p-value.
Yeah, I don't see anything either.
So that leads me to believe that. Let me try, because I think we're done with that data. Is that helpful? Oh, we don't. We need to do the upper and lower bound. For 17, 18. So 5.303 for lower and 18.607 for upper. That you have. It's in that same paired sample t-test, the confidence intervals. The left is the lower and the right is the upper.
So where'd you input your upper and lower at?
What was that?
How did you get the upper and lower?
If you go back to that same spreadsheet, and in that box for the paired sample t-test, the T, DF, p-value, and then confidence interval.
Mm-hmm.
And so the leftmost confidence interval is the lower value, 5.303.
And then 18.607. Yeah, that's what I got.
All right, what do you think for 16? We saw here that greater than gave us a smaller p-value, but
Greater than 0, right? Not 0 is greater than.
yeah, greater. The mean of the difference is greater than 0.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me look one more place.
Do you think they gave us enough information?
Well, that's what I'm wondering about. I don't remember seeing anything in the book that said if it's greater than, you're going to get a smaller p-value.
Right.
Let me check the previous chapter. I think we don't have enough information.
Yeah, I don't see anything in the chapter 11 either.
All right. I'm going to go with not enough information.
All right, and then I can submit if you want. I haven't.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right.
We got a D.
What's that?
So you can tell us that we got a D.
We'll see. So I missed question 4,
What did you have?
9, and 10.
4 was we booked .919, right?
Yes.
4, and then which other one? 9.
Yes. And then 10 also. And so it's saying that number 4 is 0.081.
Let me try something. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how we get that. Well, didn't feel too bad.
Mm-mm.
Cool. Well, I guess I will see you on Thursday.
Yeah, I'll try to be a little more prepared next time.
It's all good. All good. Just glad that we didn't miss all of them because I was a little worried.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, you too. Take it easy, man.
Hey, have a good night.